Hi, this is Robert Polenick, the owner of Brutal Iron Gym. I'm here with my mom. So we're making a little bit of a video series, kind of answer some different questions, and we're hoping that the information in the videos can help motivate others to kind of get into a healthy lifestyle. So the question we have in this video is, what keeps you motivated? So why do you go to the gym, and why do you beat the crap out of yourself, eat all these healthy foods? Why do we do that?
Well, what started me was when I was a little girl, my dad was a lumberman, and he had these big muscles, and I used to hang on them as a little girl, so I always thought muscles were really cool. And then Rob wanted to become a personal trainer, and I thought I would be his subject to train.
Yeah, I told her, I said, Mom, this is what I want to do. I need someone to work on. It's you. So yes.
And I didn't even like to sweat. I didn't even exercise. I just loved to work, I guess. I just worked all the time. And so I decided, okay, I'll do this. And then he took me to the gym, and I picked up the dumbbells, and I knew as soon as I picked them up, I just fell in love with working out, feeling strong. And the journey kind of went from there.
Yeah, so that's what got her started. Was she basically did it out of love for me. So it was kind of something where like she started into the journey not necessarily for herself. So she wasn't just automatically motivated and everything went rosy and perfect every time, like right away. So basically I do is remember us, like we would go downstairs. We first started actually in our basement with training. Right. And I do remember her saying, like, we would do a couple sets of this or that, and she'd be like, oh, I don't want to like lay on the floor, like that's too much work. We started doing curls. I remember you telling me that you started to sweat, and she would be like, I don't like this, I'm sweating. So yeah, we went through all that.
Yeah.
So, and then what happened was we ended up losing a good bit of weight, and we got, like, what we felt was too thin. So we said, hey, you know, we need to put a little more back on you. Let's do it with muscle. So we went over to the gym, and like she said, we started lifting some weights, and she found out she really did like it. So, and that was, not to date her, so we won't give you the numbers, but that was 12 years ago.
And
Do you realize that? 12 years
wow.
ago?
Yeah. And I started seeing differences in myself. Before we started working out, I had arthritis in my legs, and I thought, oh my gosh, I would just wear out in the afternoon, and my legs felt so heavy and they hurt at night. And then when we started working out, the arthritis slowly started going away. The biggest difference was I was really shy. I was okay because I worked out of my home, and I was good in my environment. But when I got out, I tended to be really shy and kind of hid behind sort of Joe because he was more outgoing. But when I started working out, it brought more confidence. And I remember going to the gym one time, and I sat on the bench backwards. And Rob, you came over.
Yeah, so I came over, and I said, hey, where your head is now is where people put their butts. So that quickly fixed that, and she remembered it well. So
and I got used to kind of being, oh well, I did it wrong, a little bit embarrassed, but my confidence built. I started talking to people more, and I think as I felt better about myself, it was a whole new look. I felt strong, and I think from there my confidence just built up.
Yeah, so I think one thing we want to kind of point out on this was that it wasn't easy to get started. There was an external force. For her, it was me. You know, some people when they want to get started, they maybe have bad blood work. They find out they have high blood pressure, onset of diabetes. But there's something sometimes that they have an external thing that pushes them into it. But if you stick with it and stay with it, she started seeing not only the external like results, but she started feeling the internal differences. And you got that confidence.
And those were the best differences. Like when I first went to the gym, I'd only go up on like the treadmills, and I'd look back and think, oh, all the guys are back there. Like that's not a place for women. And at this gym, there weren't very many women that went back there, if there were any at the time. And so when I went back, it was just, oh, I belong here too.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I just felt,
that's what we said. So we got to the gym, she got comfortable on the treadmills, and I said, that's not where we're stopping, and we kept going.
And then
So
remember, he used to do strange things to me also. I'd walk,
Used to, yeah, sure.
I'd walk on a treadmill, and he would have me take the dumbbells 5s and do curls and everything.
Yeah.
And I used to, what it ended up being is he didn't want me to worry about what people thought of me at the gym.
Yeah.
And
See,
so at the time, I
yeah.
actually thought I was working out like 2 things.
Yeah, she didn't want to. She had the fear of looking stupid, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna make her look really stupid, whether she knows it or not, and then no one will worry. So, but yeah, so we got you over that fear, basically.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the thing is like what kept her motivated. Like we said, we're on year 12 now, is seeing those internal changes in your life.
Yeah.
You know, you become a better person, not only like in the gym, but outside the gym, and that's what gets you hooked.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do need. It's not a bad thing, and it's not wrong. You're not. There's nothing negative about needing an external force to get started. Then once you can start seeing the results, you start really having that internal drive.
Yeah.
And then that's what keeps you motivated. So before we started this video, I told her this is the question would be, what keeps you motivated? And she goes, well, I just like it.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So we got through this journey, and by taking the time of getting started and getting the results, seeing the internal differences, now it's just become something she does. It's just a part of who she is.
And a part of the day, it is something for yourself that you just take pride in that you can accomplish. And like I said, I just enjoy it. That's it.
Yeah. So if you're afraid to get started, get somebody to push you, use whatever you need to get into it by any means. Just get started and get going, and then eventually you'll find the internal drive for yourself.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Yep.